Hey, what's up guys? Aaron Bennett here. I am coming to you from Flower Child in Las Vegas. I had a rough night sleeping in my car in a parking lot, but I wanted to make this for you guys, give you the updates of Celsius Network so I don't get farther behind. The music is incredibly loud, so I am trying to optimize just my voice right now. So what I want to cover are a couple stories. I want to cover the monthly operating reports. I'm going to cover the judge approving the continuing of Celsius's cash management program. I'm going to talk about Simon on the crypto hole. I'm going to go over the monthly operating reports. I'm then going to go over Celsius apparently using two different accounting methods. I'm going to talk about somebody who made a diagram of a Celsius skeleton crew, basically the least amount of people that could still run Celsius effectively. And I will say right here, this is a Band-Aid on my head. I did bump it in the middle of the night in my van. I'm going to go over Simon's idea of moving altcoins into Bitcoin or Ethereum, and would that actually make altcoin holders more money? I'm going to go over some of Simon Dixon's polls on Twitter where you can vote on certain things regarding his strategy. I'm then going to talk about the judge denying the preferred equity committee and what that means for us, the creditors. The judge just approved the sale of assets, and what does that mean? Simon is saying that the attack on Celsius happened inside the company, and then there was possibly an outside attack. And then I'm going to finish with Simon talking about mining profitability. So here are all of the monthly operating reports. Basically, it shows what every single entity under Celsius Network has been doing, how profitable they are, how much money they're burning, looking at even the mining as well. I will include the link below for all of the different entities. So the next story, the judge says that Celsius can continue to operate their cash management system. Essentially, this means that they can still use their bank accounts, and any depositing of funds has to be first cleared by the court. And this is to ensure that crypto is safely stored on custody platforms. The debtors are not authorized to do things like liquidate or convert any crypto into cash, which is very important. So essentially what this means is Celsius still has control of the crypto, but they are under extreme scrutiny of the court. So there is an updated size of Celsius's hole, and right now Simon says it's around $2.7 billion. So the hole has gotten smaller, which is good. And this guy Keith, which I'm going to talk about later in the video, has done a lot of work kind of analyzing every single coin and altcoin that Celsius has. So here he says something pretty interesting. He says he feels confident that Celsius is using two completely different values when calculating their assets and liabilities. So something that obviously the examiner will look into. Next, somebody made a skeleton crew for Celsius. Basically, how many employees they could have in order to probably do what they're doing. And a lot of this is coming from Celsius is burning through, I think it's $1.5 million a month, the last time I heard. And a lot of people, very smart people with a lot of time on their hands, are going through and trying to figure out exactly what they can do to lower those expenses. So here talking about Simon's plan, basically moving altcoins into Bitcoin and Ethereum, which I'll get to later in the video as well. What Keith said is that currently the value of the altcoins is $8.3 million less than bankruptcy filing. So no wealth would be stolen if you transfer altcoins into Bitcoin or Bitcoin and Ethereum. If anything, he says customers would be getting slightly more value by using the bankruptcy prices. And here going through each and every altcoin, basically the price at the bankruptcy filing and then the value of it now. And what he's saying is that it would actually help a lot of people holding altcoins. So I'm going to include this link below. This is Simon Dixon running all these different polls to basically see what we want to do. So for example, this poll will say if you own Cell on the app, would you rather receive your pro rata share of Bitcoin and ETH and a fund, or more shares in the fund only with no coins? So you can say if you want Bitcoin and ETH and fund, or just the fund. So he has a couple of these polls that are still live. Some of them are completed. This one still has 1 day left. This poll still has 4 days left. Basically, would you rather receive 50-50 Bitcoin ETH? Would you rather receive all Bitcoin or something like all Ethereum? So I will include the link to this thread where you can click on each of these polls if you want to vote. So the next story, the judge officially denied the appointment of an official preferred equity committee. Now, essentially what this committee wanted, or what these investors wanted, is the estate's money, our money, right, to basically represent them. But what that would do is if they get their way, they would get money well before the creditors, us. So Kirkland and Ellis and the UCC over the past weeks have been saying this is ridiculous and we should deny this, and the judge did deny it. So this is a win for the creditors. The next story coming in today, order granting motion to approve bidding procedures. So we are going with the bidding process, and there was a lot of objections, and as I scroll down here, they cover some of them. So some of the objections came from the U.S. trustee, it came from Vermont, it came from all the states, it came from Emmanuel Herman and Daniel Frischberg. So basically they are going to go through with the sale of assets, which I did think was going to happen. So here are the bid deadlines. We have November 21st to the initial bid deadline for retail platform assets, and they want to finish this before Christmas because, why not? Sale hearing for retail platform assets, December 22nd. So what does this mean? Well, it means that this is just another opportunity or another way for us creditors to get money back. It does not mean that this is what is going to happen. It does not mean that they're going to sell every asset to the highest bidder. They are just keeping this option open as a way to gain value back to us. But this does not say that a plan from Celsius, if they bring one forth, will not be approved. It does not mean that Simon's plan will be absolutely denied either. This is just opening up possibilities. So next, Simon said, in my opinion, the attack on Celsius came internally, then externally. The internal attack came from the company CEO that attacked his own company and investors, allowing for an external attack to take them down. So I would kind of agree with this. I think that if there was an attack by Fudders, by FTX, by Sam Bankman-Fried, all this stuff, which could have definitely happened, Alex set the company up to be vulnerable for an attack. And also, Alex was taking a bunch of money off the platform while telling everybody to get on the platform. And even 2 days before they froze withdrawals, Alex was saying, nobody has had any problem taking money off the app, and I'll pay you $1,000 if you create an account. This started internally, and I would agree with that. And then maybe there was an external attack as well. So the final tweet from Simon Dixon, he says, September operating report, Celsius mining net loss for September is $15 million. His opinion, the long-term value is there for the fund if we get to reorganization under a new co and new management. So he says, even though mining is at a loss, if we get a new co with a fund manager and do this properly over the next 3 to 5 to 7 years, and then IPO, which is still a very, very high probability if this goes through, this could still be very, very good for us filling the hole. All right, guys, that is it for the video. I'm going to end it here. I am heading out of Las Vegas. That's where I am right now. This music is incredibly loud, so I am really sorry if this was a very uncomfortable video to watch, but I just wanted to get this news out to you. The longer I wait, the longer things stack up, and I want to keep you guys updated. So what's my opinion of everything? I think things are moving in the right direction. We are denying the equity committee. That is good for us. The bidding of assets will go through, which I thought it would, which is fine in my opinion. I believe that Simon is talking to all the ad hoc groups, and they are working together to maybe resolve their differences so this does not move into a Chapter 7 liquidation, which would not be in the best interest for any of us. What my goal is to get every creditor's money back, even with a haircut, as soon as possible, get out of Chapter 11, stop paying these lawyers insane fees, and then we can move on with our life. We can invest that money back into the market, invest it maybe in Simon's new company if that comes out like that. So guys, that is it. I'm still hopeful for this to work out very well. Until next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.